Titans, episode 3, season 2, hands down one of the best episodes of the series. Easily one of the best episodes of the series. And I'll tell you why. Because, I'm going to talk about the cons first. Because I could literally discuss about this episode from a comic book standpoint. But cons for me is that the first season was about character progression and unraveling of the soul and the meats of these characters, right? This season, the dialogue is not as flushed in the way that I would want. It's more so like progression. And in the midst of progression, it's like characters make dumb decisions, make dumb dialogue choices that I can predict what they're gonna say, or like this cliche thing. Like, I mean, it's kind of like Hank is like said the same exact thing since the beginning of episode 1. Well, I mean, I want to do this, but you know, I don't want to rule Dawn back into it, but I really love doing this. And it's just like give him something else to do, give him something else to say. It's just even like with Gar, like they're using him kind of like in a Cisco kind of role. Now, pros. Everything about everything else is amazing because the fights are great. The interaction, the character interactions, like the comic book character interactions, watching Dr. Light and watching Deathstroke just sitting there, and like your boy that's playing Deathstroke, his performance and his voice, so good. Watching Rose and Dick Grayson fight, and your boy Dick Grayson start off with the bow staff. She cut that joint in half, and he starts off with the batons. I was like, oh, I was geeking out. You guys, y'all gotta go and check out our Patreon. You know why? Even watching like your boy Jason Todd like start to unravel. You know what I'm saying? Like him kind of picking a fight with your boy Dick Grayson, and like I was like, what did you do? And then like he gets in a fight with Dr. Light, and at first I was kind of like, oh man, don't you sit there and get beat by Dr. Light. But then I was like, you know, just you might be taking a little too far. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you learn from Batman, so it's like, is he going to fit? And then your boy was like, look back, he's like, and then Dr. Light started laughing. I was like, oh no. To see a trail of blood, like the ending of that was just insane. And then your boy that's from One Tree Hill and Temptation is playing the role of the guy that Corey knows from back home. Their dialogue was really interesting and intriguing, and it's interesting to see where it's going to go. They name drop Blackfire, they name drop Tamranians, and what's going to come because of her not coming back and embracing her lineage and where she hails from, and just, I mean, it was a really good adult dialogue, and it also was a good playback on words because Donna was kind of like in her feelings about it. It's not just like jealous, but she had an interesting dialogue with Dick Grayson. I was kind of like, you know, that's her big brother kind of, or little brother, so to speak. But it was kind of like, I don't know, it was just really interesting, the progression and parallels between the dialogues of the characters. But one of the probably the best performances is the girl Rachel. Like her conversation with Corey, and I think the reason why it was so good, and this is what I'm talking about from season 1, there was moments of dialogue in season 1 that I couldn't predict or knew, but I kind of was like, I felt it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how it was going to be articulated or how it was going to come out, and this was one of those moments that I thought was engaging from a dialogue and a written standpoint and an acting standpoint. Like, she just started to spew about, you know, what she's worried about, what she's fearing, what she's seeing, and like everything that's kind of happening, this kind of like bringing her down this road. Like, matter of fact, yo, when she was Jason had a bad week, for real. But when she when she was fighting him, like, I was like, yo, she about to kill this man. Like, her eyes turned completely red, glowing red, and I was like, yo, this ninja about to die, for real. Like, it's funny because it takes off of the Titans versus Justice League when Blue Beetle kind of had that moment with Damian Wayne, and then even towards the end, like, it reminds me of, like, it might be foreshadowing. I don't know how they're gonna end this, but it really could be foreshadowing of Jason. It really looks like a parallel when Jason gets, like, kidnapped by the Joker and beat to death. Like, I mean, honestly, if they didn't make him a Steve Ziggler, I could predict that would be what happened. But I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. But it would be interesting that the finale would be a situation where Jason's just, everybody think he's kind of like, you know, going back with Bruce, but no, he's gonna do his own thing, gets kidnapped, and they have this moment with the Joker. Like, my thing is, this is what I would do. I would cast somebody like Troy Baker and just film it and just go out. Just go all out. Just go all off. And let your boy Ian just, like, literally have one of those moments where Dick Grayson feared would happen. You know what I'm saying? The catalyst that would make Batman potentially go off. So I think that would be very fast. Either way, this is a great episode. This is a really good episode, cons and all. And I give it a 10 out of 10. 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Best episode of the season so far. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, though. I'll talk to you guys later. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Man, even though my gums hurt, like, this smile is worth it. Oh yeah, and special love and happy birthday to my son. He turned 1 year old Monday, September the 16th. Love you, buddy. Peace, guys.